introduce our demo artist for tonight, who's Dongfeng Li. He's originally from China and came to the United States in 1992. He has taught watercolors and sketching at university level for over 20 years and is now retired and now resides here in California. He has accumulated over 60 plus awards over his lifetime um, of painting. And also, he is really well known and worldwide for his amazing portraits. And he does like to paint on Yupo, but he also paints landscapes and does that on regular watercolor paper. There's a recent article in um, Watercolor Artists, the winter edition. There's a really nice article on him, um, which is not to be missed. It's really well done, and it shows a lot of examples of his latest artwork. Next, I'm going to introduce Dongfeng Li paints. So here is Dongfeng.
Hi guys, so nice to see you guys again. And so let me switch to my table, and you can see that I pre-drafted the photograph on my watercolor paper. It's a 140 Baohong and 12 by 16-ish the size. And so, okay, let's start with that. And anytime that you can interrupt me. And sometimes I'm going to be a little quiet because of concentrate, but I don't care. If you don't have a question, it's going to be very boring quiet. So if you have a question, and I can keep my mouse busy, right?
Mhm.
Okay, let me switch to my
Or you can also put the question in the chat, and I will then,
that'd be great. That'd be great.
yeah.
Okay, let me switch to my so let me move up a little bit. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me open my box here, my palette here.
Looks like a fairly wide pencil.
Okay. Oh, let me extend it a little bit here. So another one, just in case. Okay, I'm going to use this few brushes here today.
And those are all Chinese brushes?
Yes, yes. Line brush, and then when I start with some line detail, and these two brushes I used in our workshop, and some people already got them. Right? Okay. All right. Okay, let me start it. So I'm going to use my bigger brush to start with my painting here. So I'm going to use a ultramarine blue and a cobalt blue a little bit. I just try to get a little cooler tone. And then violet.
So what's the name of your palette?
Uh, you mean this palette?
Yes.
Oh, this is the one that I happened to find in China, and I brought with me I asked him to send me something, but I realized that they have one of the lady in the LA, some group there, and I found it then in the Amazon they have. So that's why I just, copied the link, provide
Okay.
to everyone. And I think Joe, you have that link,
Yeah,
right?
I just sent it. I put it in the chat. It's a great palette for $17 at Amazon.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
actually it's an incredible palette.
Yeah, yeah. When they send it to me, it's a pretty expensive because of shipping everything. But now it's so easy, and I encourage everyone to get one. You know, so that's what happened there. So I'm gonna to make a big puddle here, big puddle here, and I would just play with that, and oh, and it's here. So I'm gonna to add more of a warm tone. So every time that I try to blend it a different color, and it just make a little kind of interesting here.
So is this a Venice image?
Yeah, I believe it's Venice.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna to do the gradation here and then keep a little
So that blue you're using, is that a teal?
I'm sorry.
The light blue, is that a teal that you're using?
Uh, you mean the color or something?
Yeah, the color of the light blue that you're using in the foreground.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just
That one. That one. What is that?
which one did the
No, the other one to the
this
far
one?
right. Yeah,
It's a turquoise and in the workshop
turquoise.
everybody, yeah, turquoise blue and
Okay.
in my palette, I mean it's my paint set. Let me give you exactly name because I showed that in the workshop of this 24 color set here. Is right here. It called it uh let me see, sky blue. In
Oh,
this here,
sky
it's
blue.
got a sky blue, and they're pretty
Ah,
simple. In this 24 sets, watercolor here. Got a sky blue. And
Where's the manufacturer of the paint?
I'm sorry that to
Who
talk
is
to
the paint manufacturer?
in China.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I think that the
I think it's available on Amazon.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll put it in the link.
yeah, yeah, and also that we have a coupon this time that they ship to the Amazon. It's a little small tube, but I think it's much cheaper. Mine, it's they listed like a close to $100, 90 something, and they gave the coupon is a 70 something. This time their mark on the Amazon is a 70, and but I asking for the coupon, it's probably it's only 50 something. And so
Wow.
that way you don't have to spend a lot of money for that because of the you know, I don't know if you like or not. So that's going to be, smaller tube, but you can, tolerate with that short time that if you don't like, you don't have to, you know. So, right,
Lee,
yes,
did you get an education in art in China?
yes. My undergraduate is art education, and but in China, art education, really you have to study both of the, teaching part as well as you have to select a major. My major is painting.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get into the United States, then I my first uh, master is art education as well in the University of South Alabama, Mobile, Alabama. And then my second master MFA is a painting and a drawing,
Mm.
which is I graduated from the Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, close to St. Louis, Missouri.
So there's a question. What are
Yes,
you thinking when you're doing these washes? What are you
I'm
aiming?
sorry.
What are you thinking when you're doing these washes? What is your aim? Is this
You
your
mean this
first
way?
wash?
Uh, I just wanted to keep, those little, features on the architecture. And you mean the first layer of a wash? I gave a like a little, a base tone and a
Uh-huh.
color of the because of more cool and especially you have to think about those like those kind of I don't know what to call that the white stripe there supposed to be very cool. So I
Okay.
have to set up that and then start to work gradually, put in second, third layers to reach the, you know, the uh the value and the tone there. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So did you do a value study beforehand, or are you painting
No,
using
not
the
really,
book?
not really.
Okay.
Not for every paintings. I think Andy Evenson, he likes to do, pre-value study,
Yes.
but it's good. It's good. So I tell you the truth, I don't really paint a lot or practice a lot. I just go by my inspiration and or uh current uh what do I call that? Current immediate emotional spontaneous feeling about the painting because the more and more I'll get into the detail, which is not very good. When I got into the detail, I don't think it's a good thing for me, but it's for me. I don't know for somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And might
Right.
probably somebody likes to get into the detail and that they can do better, but for me, it's really disaster. When I
Okay.
got to the detail, and it's going to be a uh,
And then the question is, how do you approach your portrait paintings as opposed to your landscape paintings?
this is a good question, and so probably it's for me to think about that. It's a little different, a little different. Probably the basic process. When you set up the color and the process. orders are similar, and you start with a light,
Right.
and but landscape is a lot of area you have to handle. So I don't really like to I approach that way when I painted the portrait. And so
Uh-huh.
you can tell that I try to simplify that. So simplicity is something that to me it's extremely important to keep in my landscape painting. So the portrait painting, even though that have a simplicity issue, but eventually there's a uh, much less that unless you just painted the quick street figures sketch something and that you want to symbolize a lot.
Mm-hmm. So somebody wants to know, did you stretch your paper first?
My paper what? Sorry.
Do you stretch your paper first?
No, I just tape it. Uh,
Okay.
but
It just,
actually, I want to talk a little bit about this. In China, we don't use this way. We use like a little what do you call uh the the glue paper, and then you use water to glue them on, and then paste them on, and then you spray. We call this a pre-spray mount. That way, when they come painting that, it will stretch very flat. It's much
uh,
better. But only thing that glue mount, you know, they cannot keep a very nice white edges.
uh,
They stick there. You don't have any way to peel them off. Very, very tough.
So do you wet both sides of the paper?
No, not this time.
No.
Not this time.
So I saw another demo today, watercolor, and the artist wet both sides of the paper and then laid it down on his board, and it kind of sticks to the board. And he said then it doesn't ripple and things and cause any issues like that.
Yeah, I sometimes when I do the portrait, I do. That's exactly why you can tell if I remove my paper, it's a reflection there. I put like a little film on the top of the phone cord and hot glue taped it on. That way, if I pre-wet my paper and the face down and the sealed with the tape, and it will last at least about an hour. It's still moisture. It's pretty interesting, pretty good. But in the landscape, I don't really do that.
so one of the questions or comments is that it appears you're not sticking to a limited palette. Do you enjoy using multiple colors?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, thank you. And then at these early stages, how do you decide on darks, lights, warm, and cool colors?
Uh, Dark and light is pretty easy because when you squint your eye, you will see in the photographs dark and light. Only tough area is half tone area.
Okay,
How are you gonna do like a make a range of a very dark, a little dark tone, half tone, or a little lighter half tone, and then you bridge them together from the half tone to the dark. Like this area, I'm gonna to use a bigger brush to work on. Gonna throw more of a green and
Is your image nearby? Somebody's asking if you're using that to
Uh, sorry, that.
the image you're painting from, is that next to you? People are saying they can't see it.
He
Are
has
you using that, or are
uh,
you just painting?
he uses an iPad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean that where I look at my photo?
Yes,
Yeah,
Oh,
we just
I
it's in the chat. So
it is in the chat.
yeah, so if you scroll up, you can drag it onto your computer.
yeah, it's on my computer. Oh, I mean it's where you posted that. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, but where are you looking at that photo when you're painting?
No, I look at the photo, and the photo is on my computer.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, I start to work with this.
Lenore typed a message in the chat that must be in another language because I'm not understanding it.
Oh, what
Did
happened
anybody
there?
see it? Did anyone see that?
No. Oh, I
What?
see that. That's somebody had their fingers on the keyboard.
Yeah, yeah, seven finger.
Yes, yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
By mistake.
I hope.
You hope, yeah. So someone wants to know if you're squinting your eyes while you're painting.
No, I only squinted to observe before I start to put any of the values on. When I start to paint, I'm not going to observe. I mean, this squint my eye. That's going to be a magical thing.
So do you spray your paints before you start, or do you add fresh paint before you paint?
Uh, so
Are your paints dry when you start, or do you add fresh paint, or do you just spray water on them?
you mean that? That's exactly I want to recommend it to everybody. Just keep my. Of course, I like to be, to start with a wet and is directly from the tube, but this one, as the name of moisturized, so they can keep the paint wet almost for 2 weeks.
Oh, perfect. That's
Yeah, and
great.
that's why
You
I like to
like
use
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So another
it,
question, do you ever paint outdoors?
paint what?
Do you ever paint outdoors, plein air?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the paints you're saying can stay damp for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that because of the brand of paint or just because of
No, no,
how
no.
you?
So let me give
Yeah,
you
I saw the lids. I saw the lid. Yeah.
not only lid, there's a little silicon pad
Oh, okay. Great.
that to squeeze down and then keep it really tight.
Oh,
Plus
okay.
this kind of clip and it makes it very tight and it stay
Airtight.
there.
Okay.
So
Great.
it's airtight, so it doesn't dry out.
No.
Oh, good.
This one has a little shortage, some like a little issues. Number one, it's the plastics tend to get a stained uh faster than the other what I have before. But like what I said, I can use eraser and touch the water to laborly, that's a
Okay.
quite a job to, like you erase the pencil marks on, but it take a quite long 20 minutes and then you're going to get everything back to the white. And the other one that I show, I don't know, Joe, what they call that little thing for your, clothes washing, that little white sponge,
Oh,
you
Oh,
can,
magic eraser.
yeah,
magic
magic eraser,
eraser. Yeah.
and that you can use that, and it also help you that. That's the number one thing. Number two, and the water, everything, you just seal that and spray the water and then you can flip and it's not going to come out. But only thing, this thing, you know, uh, the area here around that, if you get some water, when you just clean that area could be leak to your whatever, to your bag or something. It has to be careful. Use a
Oh,
Q-tube to dry all the, see that little thing?
those
I'm
little
not,
crevices.
yeah, that see here, the
Yes.
all the way, you have to dry all the stuff here, and then you're not going to get any of it leaking,
Okay.
So be careful. That's number
Yeah.
two. Uh, Number three, when you spray, you're not going to paint it for 2 weeks. You're not going to paint or open so you have to use a clean water, or you get a mold. And that's
Oh,
something I have to think about that. But everything else is, if you paint every week, it doesn't have a problem with that.
okay.
Hi, this is Emmeline. I took Dongfeng's workshop and I bought the palette from him. I have to really highly recommend. It really keep the paint pretty wet for a few weeks, and I don't have any mold issue. but I agree what he said about on the other side, I mean, it just drop in the little holes and you really have to use the Q-tip to clean it. The only thing I have to recommend is that I love it from my studio, but I don't like it to bring out to plain air because because it's wet, it's drip all over.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's
But
actually
really, it's a great palette. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. And so I suggest them to use a little wider, a better plastic later. They said they're going to change that, but I don't know when. And so as I talked with the ones, I said this is enough. And but eventually this is a pretty good one, and I don't have to squeeze paints every time, and or the paint dry is really frustrating, you know.
I think it's also going to be great for gouache painters.
Yeah, yeah. And but it's a very hard to find that on the Amazon. And I have to I mean, it's exactly remember, uh, I mean, the copy their link. And then when you type everything in, it's very hard to find. So use a link.
And cut and paste, it works fine.
Yeah.
So there's a question about whether you think of values as you go working from lights to darks or darks to light, or based on what you think the painting needs from a composition standpoint.
When you design your composition, you definitely have to consider about the light and dark. So here, I really want to keep this logo brighter, very bright in the steps here, and it's so open. If you paint everything dark, this painting doesn't have any vent area, so I need to keep it a little brighter here, you
Okay.
know. That's a part of a composition thing. But when I paint, it's not really dark to the light. It's to start with the light and gradually move to dark. So you can tell the last minute I'm going to put this very dark color and to give a
So someone made a comment that they noticed that you're wiping your brush rather than dipping it in the water, or you would do both to clean
Uh,
it.
my brush,
Yeah, do you dip it in the water to clean it, or do you just wipe it?
there's several ways. When I put in the water to clean my brush, and sometimes I just wanted to totally, completely, clean my brush, or sometimes I just wanted to thin that to make that color a little lighter, and then come back using my paper. This is extremely important. And to touch that to make sure how much moisture in my
Okay.
brush. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
that's both way. So
And we see you also use white occasionally. Is that just to make it more opaque, or your white?
uh, the only white that I use is a touch on the highlights on this
Okay.
element.
All right.
You
Okay.
know, the highlights on the figures, and then on this like little bridge
And the
railing on the
railing.
top, yeah, top of the railings, or sometimes a little bit that, you know, so I'm gonna,
Right.
so this paper didn't dry, so I have to really have to get to. There's a lot of drawing there. I was just, really don't really like to get too much of detail.
Right. More impressionistic.
Yeah,
Looking good though.
thank you.
So the next question is people want to know where they can buy the brushes you're using.
I have probably another 12 set, big one and small one, but I don't have a too many. I only brought 20 set, but on the workshop I sold like probably 8 or something. So if
Uh-huh.
you need, just send me the email, and it's $30 for a set. That's all.
Okay.
Let me take that. Just finish that by adding some white.
So there's a comment that the paint in several areas appears to be granular. Is that due to the paint or the paper?
Which area you mean?
Up in the building, the
Here?
red on the other side. The
So this,
red. Yeah,
yeah.
it looks like it's granulating. Is that because of the paint or the paper?
I think it's a paper. I think it's
Okay,
a paper. Yeah, this is I come, so the people will know this what happened is because of sizing is it's
oh,
oh the
okay,
moisture of the paper because I some reason I keep the paper not really in a good place and it got moisture so that's you
okay,
can tell a little bit of a that's why
okay.
a little kind of a some reason that I feel this paper is kind of strange, you know. Anyway, I wanted to kind of stop here because the more and more the paper is going to be I found the paper has a little issue there, the people say that. Let me zoom in, and you can tell there's a little issue there. But this is basically I wanted to let you know that I work with
Yeah,
paper
I can
at
see
now,
it. Yeah.
you know, uh, this area and then the papers. But anyway, so this is how I work with little simple landscape.
Yeah. Okay.
So now let's talk and discuss whatever you want to ask me questions, you
Yeah.
know.
So people want to know the brush set you're selling. Is it what sizes are they?
Let me measure that. This one you can see the length is about 2 inches long,
Okay.
and then this is going to be a inch and a half long.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
two sides.
All right.
So is that 2 inches that I told you?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me measure it one more time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It
two
is.
inches long and then inch and a half long.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Perfect. Well, thank you. It looks
you're
great.
welcome. Thank you. And if you have a question that we can talk and I'm going to stop here.
Lee, if you were going to spend more time on this, what would you do additionally?
I'm going to unify this area and set up this, bridge more stand out. And because of the paper has little issues, so I've just rather stop. And that's what I'm doing. And also, I probably gonna to, see that this paper is really strange, and it do some like a little because there's too much of a, you know, individual brushstrokes. I want to unify it and, you know, uh, uh, group some brushstrokes into and like what a tier. This is what I'm happy with. So this is a and then I'm happy with this area. So a little kind of a, if I plan well, I probably gonna move is more, it give a little more of a space for the composition. Just move that. So this is gonna be a more, less of those kind of, white pop off and just reduce the that little activity, push them back a little bit, set up this, you
So
know.
the question also is why you left the white in the upper left-hand corner.
That one.
Yeah.
No, I just, I can cut later on because of whatever, because this seam there, the spaces seem that it's too much. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
Yeah.
I
you
should,
crop it out.
yeah, I crop up is seam. If I paint all the way there, it's seeming too much. I just want it to stop here.
Okay. What's your favorite paper?
Baohong is what I use. Of course, arches. And
Okay.
also sometimes for this type of painting, I with the river thing, with some like little wave that I like to use a Canson, and because the Canson have both of a hot press and cold press,
Uh-huh.
combination thing. The area you want to wash and the where you want to keep a little kind of a clean, especially this little architecture. I want to keep a very clean, sharp, you know,
Uh-huh.
straight edges. That's what I like to.
So what was this paper again that you used?
Baohong. This is
Bao
Baohong paper.
Hong.
Yeah,
Okay.
Baohong paper.
Okay.
And but you have to keep them well because we can tell this one. If the size they lose the sizing, and when you do the wash, sometimes it's gonna doesn't keep those interesting watermarks. That's probably, and you'll feel why everywhere is like you painted on the cotton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, I think that's great.
Yeah, Lee,
Beautiful.
there's a
Well
question.
done.
Lee, when you finish the painting, are you going to work on it some more?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna work on the painting some more?
No, no, no.
No.
Because of paper, it's
Okay.
not
Will
really.
you send us take a photo of it and
Yeah,
then
I
send me
will.
send me a copy? We'll include it in the video
I will.
when
I
we
will.
post the video.
I will.
I just did a captured it on a screenshot, and I'll add that into the um, article for the newsletter.
Mhm. Okay, let me get back to you guys. So I can change my
You can
my
take the tape off.
yes, but now it's still wet. I just want to
Oh,
keep a
okay, okay.
little let me see. I will switch my camera back.
Well, thank you, Lee. Is your first name Lee or is it
No, just
Dongfeng?
call me Lee. Dongfeng is my first name.
Okay. So your first name is Dongfeng?
Yes, Dongfeng.
So, but you would rather be called Lee.
Lee is much easier for everyone. I think it's
Right.
just,
Okay.